Hey, how's it going, YouTube friends? It is now 2019. Didn't expect to live this long. Really didn't. Have no idea what I'm doing anymore. And you're watching The Never Show. Yes, with your one furry boy, Never. And this video is sponsored by nobody. Because nobody wants to sponsor my videos. Kind of sad about that. And this is the only show with lemon-scented limes, lest I forget. And the only show with a supernatural, super awesome third eye. I mean, why ask? Why? Why wouldn't you want a third eye? Look at my face. Yeah. And before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for clicking that subscribe button and that little bell icon, because you know it makes me feel so warm and good, and it's better than I deserve and more than I ever thought I would get. Also, remember to click that subscribe button for PewDiePie, because you don't want T-Series to win. And with all that digression and nonsense out of the way, it's Wednesday again. Yes, it's still Wednesday, although you may be watching this on Thursday, because I'm recording at 5 p.m. in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, of course, because holiday stuff. So let's get right into that movie, shall we? And today's movie is Aquaman. It came out December 22nd. I haven't gotten to see it till now, and I did talk a little smack on it. Yes, I understand. Yeah, I saw a lot of trailers for this, and I'm like, oh God, here's another DC movie. But hold your horses. I have some things to cover first, and then we'll get into what I think. It is a PG-13 movie. It is 2 hours and 23 minutes. It is an action, adventure, fantasy, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Director was James Wan. I believe that's how I pronounce it. Now we go through the writers, because, oh my gosh, too many writers. David Leslie Johnson-McGoldrick. If that's not a mouthful, I don't know what it is. Will Beall did the screenplay. Story was written by Geoff Johns, James Wan, and Will Beall, if I'm pronouncing it right, or sue me. Please don't sue me. I have nothing. I'm sitting on a chair that was in a dumpster at one point. I need a new chair. It hurts my back. I really could use your help. Mort Weisinger. Aquaman was created by Mort Weisinger, I believe that's how it's pronounced, and Paul Norris. Our cast, first build only, because God help me, I can't read names that good, is Jason Momoa as Arthur. I love him as Aquaman. He's not the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aquaman of old. And why should we? We should break from tradition a little bit. Amber Heard as Mira. I love her too. She is a very beautiful woman. William Dafoe. I love that William Dafoe has gotten into this. He's done some serious acting. I feel that he's starting to get to the point of Severus Snape. He's kind of that guy now. As Yuko. Patrick Wilson as King Orm. Nicole Kidman as Atlantia. I love her. Wow, she looks very good for a woman of her age. Because she was an adult when I was younger, and everybody's older than me now. Dolph Lundgren is King Nereus. I love Dolph. He's starting to become a very well-rounded actor. Yahaba Abdul Mahin II as Manta. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, sue me. Please don't. Temuera Morrison as Tom Curry. Lyndon Jim as Captain Merc. Michelle Beach as Jesse, Manta's father, which I love Manta, but he's kind of a lightweight on this one. Graham McTavish as King Atlantid. Randall Park as Dr. Stephen Shin. Leigh Whannell as cargo pilot. Takuni Kirkwood as young Arthur. And Tamara Kirkwood as older Arthur. And that's the cast first build. If I've messed up any names, make sure to put it in the comments, because that's what it's for. Let's get down to the last of the boring stuff. I promise. Production companies were DC Comics, DC Entertainment, Paranormic Pictures, Rodeo VFX, Saffron the Company, and Warner Brothers. Our distributor here in the good old United States of America. God bless America. Land that I love was Warner Brothers. Special effects. Baseline VFX, Digital Domain, Fractured FX, Heligon Entertainment, Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, one of the Trinity. Luma Pictures, Method Studios, Moving Pictures, MPC, Nikam, Proof, Rodeo VFX, Scanline VFX, What a Digital, part of the Trinity. Okay, that joke's getting old quick. And that's all the boring stuff. Okay. Now, yes, I have talked smack on this picture. I was like, another DC movie. Oh, dear Lord. But it's good. It's not great, but it's not without its merits. I do like Jason Momoa, however you pronounce his name, Jason Momoa, as Arthur. I happen to like that they've broken from the traditional thing. I do like a lot of the dumbed down simpleness of this movie. I do feel that Aquaman was so preposterous and crazy, although I do have some problems. In the scene where young Jason was in the aquarium talking to the fish, and the fish were spooling around him, sharks in aquariums that look like great whites don't work out, and that was a bit of a problem. And sharks not moving forward. I know this is a world of magic and mystery, but when sharks don't move forward, they drown, and you don't want that to happen because that's gross. It's a good film minus these problems, and I got swept up in it, and I enjoyed the narrative. It flowed. There was little plot holes, although there was some weird stuff like, where are the police and why are they not arresting these people? And, when they steal the boat, which I'm not going to tell you when they steal the boat because that's a spoiler, but a boat is stolen by Arthur and Mara. If I'm pronouncing it right. I always pronounce names wrong. And no one goes looking for this boat. I mean, seriously, if you stole a boat, there would probably be a Coast Guard and a Navy looking for you from Italy. Just saying. And that, I understand this is DC, and DC still sort of can't get the formula right. I mean, they did go with Wonder Woman, and then they flopped on Justice League, and then we had Batman versus Superman, and another reboot of Superman, another reboot of Superman, and another reboot of Batman, and so on and so forth. And I think they've sort of broken away from the bad, but they still haven't got it just right yet. And it's still a decent movie. It's just not as good as I was hoping it would be. It's a 7.6 on IMDb out of 10, and it is a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes. 81% liked it, so it's almost fresh, but not really fresh. So, for what it's worth, it's a decent movie. You can lose yourself in it if you remember to turn off reality at the door. And sometimes you got to turn off reality at the door. Got to remember this is a movie. Got to have a little weirdness in it, especially when it's based on a man who talks with fish. I do really want to see what CinemaSins thinks about this. And I'm going to say it's a definite TV watch. I'm going to hold on a DVD buy because I do want to see a director's cut before I go buy. But I'm going to say I definitely want to see this again in theaters, but I can't because time, tide, budget, and all that stuff. So with all that said, if you like what you see in here, make sure you click that like button. It means nothing to them, but everything to me. And like what you like, because don't let YouTube tell you what you like. And remember, all comments are 100% guaranteed response. Tell me your realities, your fan fictions, your tales of ennui, your tales of yay. Whatever you want. Tell me if you like this movie. Tell me if you hated this movie. Tell me I'm a smelly kitty head man. I can take it. Spill your guts out. I love reading your comments. I love interacting with you guys. It really makes me happy every time that I get that chance. Don't make them so few and far between for me, okay? I have to ask. I've got an Amazon. I have a Patreon. Your donations are what we need to keep the channel afloat. It is not without your donations that we keep this channel going. Thank you for the donations so far from last year. They really help, and keep them coming. And you don't realize how little I have to do so much. Thank you. With all that said, if you like what you see in here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
And I will see you all in the next movie review. Bye!